Welcome to Spine-Chilling Stories, where you find true horror stories around the world that are both chilling and creepy. So let's dive in. The Screaming Skinwalker. The last silver of sunlight bled across the horizon as Daniel Carter trudged along the ragged trail deep in the forest near Flagstaff, Arizona. The crisp evening air was laced with the rich scent of pine. The distant hoot of an owl echoed throughout the stillness of the night. Daniel had hiked this trail dozens of times, but tonight something feels off. The forest was too quiet, really too quiet. No insects chirping, no rustling leaves. Even his own footsteps seemed to swallowed by this silence. He adjusted his backpack, telling himself it was just his imagination. Then he heard it, a woman's scream. It cut through the silence like a blade, raw, agonized, close. His stomach twisted. It wasn't that kind of a scream you could mistake for animal. It was human. Without thinking, he runs toward the sound. His boots pounded against the dirt trail as he waved through the dense forest. His breath ragged. "Hello?" No one answered. The trees seemed to be close around him, their branches separate around against the dimming sky. He pulled out his flashlight, flickered it on. The beam cut through the darkness, illuminating nothing but the endless trees and tangled undergrowth. Then another scream. This time much closer. His pulse hammered in his ears. It had come from just beyond the next ridge. Pushing forward, he reached the clearing and froze. Something was crouching in the dirt. At first, Daniel thought it was a woman. Her figure was pale, thin, its back hunched, arms long, rested unnaturally on the ground. It faced away from him, unmoving. "Hey!" he called out, stepping closer. The thing twitched. His breath caught. Something about that movement was wrong, too jerky, too inhuman, too fast. Slowly, it turned its head towards him. Daniel's stomach twisted. The face was grotesque, ugly. The face was elongated, hollow, with the black pit-like eyes that seemed to drink in the light. Its mouth hung open, stretched wider and wider, and then it shoot as if it's dislocated. And then it screamed, but there was no sound. Instead, from a peep within its gaping mouth, come from his own voice, Daniel's voice, panic, distorted, echoing back to him. "Hello?" Daniel stumbled back, heart slamming against his rib. This wasn't a person. It was a monster. The creature moved, not like a person, not at all. Its limbs bent in the wrong way. It skelted forward in all fours, its fingers clawing at dirt. Daniel turned and ran. The forest blurred around him. His lungs burned, his legs screamed, but he didn't dare to stop. Behind him, the leaves rustled. Something was falling really fast. It was falling. He stole a glance back. Nothing. Only the empty trail. But then, there came a whisper right beside his ear. Hello? Daniel's blood ran cold. It was ahead of him now. He burst out of a tree line, his truck finally in sight. Digging into his pocket, he fumbled for his keys, hands shaking violently. The engine roared to life. He yanked open the door, locking inside in one motion. His chest heaved and he stared out the windshield. Nothing. Nothing but empty darkness. Just darkened road. The trees stood silent, swaying gently in night breeze. A breath of relief escaped his lips. Maybe it was imagination. Maybe it was God. Then the cabin lights flickered. In the rear view mirror, a shape shifted in the back seat. The air turned into ice. The Daniel's own voice whispered from the darkness behind him. Hello? The truck was found the next morning. It was empty. Headlights was cutting through the empty road. The door was wide open, but there was no hiker. There was no sign of Daniel Carter. Only his backpack resting on the front seat. And outside, in the dark just beyond the vehicle, set of bare footprints leading back into the woods. Daniels was never seen again. Some say he might run away, lost in the wild. Others believe somebody took him, or something took him. Nobody knows what happens to him. Locals still whispers about skinwalkers, Navajo witches, shapeshifters that do evil deeds, can steal faces, voices, and even souls. And sometimes, if you're walking alone at the night near Flagstaff, you might hear a whisper coming right behind you. Hello? For stories like this, please subscribe to this channel and keep watching the spine-chilling stories.